None?
Yes.
Okay, graph proportional relationship. We have an example. He says the distance y in miles that certain cyclists can ride, and the time x in hours are in the proportional relationship. This can be represented by the equation y equal 12x. Remember that the proportional relationship can be written as on the equation of y equals kx. Yes? So y equals kx. And k here is 12 from the equation. Yes?
Yes.
For your information, this is exactly the same as the slope. So if I want to graph it, I need to graph a straight line that passes through.
Perpendicular.
Through what? Straight line passes through what? Passes through the origin, because he says it's constant rate of change or proportional relationship. Exactly the same. Because if I travel 0 miles, how many minutes did I move? I walked. It's also 0. So point 0 and 0 exists on the graph. And this is my first point here. Okay? What I want to do is to find one more point, at least, to connect with this point, so I have graphed the line that represents the relationship. Am I correct?
Yes.
So what is the second point I can find? Let's suppose that y is 1, or let's say x is 1, okay? So if I make an order pair like this, I would say x is 1. What's the value of y? If I substitute here, x is 1. Then what is the value of y?
12.
Yes. Okay, so 12. And this is the first point, this xy. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now, how can I plot this point on the grid? I can just make x's. These are the number of minutes. So let's say I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And the y-axis, I'm not going to make it 1, 2, 3 because I need to reach 12 as the first value. So I'm going to
3, 6, 9, 12.
Okay, but I think it's 10, 20, 30 is much better. Okay, now 112 is located here, 1 and a little bit above the 10, yes? So this is the first point. Now suppose I'm substituting x with any other value. Who can give me a value? Let's say 2. 2. Okay, so 2. Then y equals what?
24.
So if x is 2, y
equals 24.
if x is 2, y equals 24, 4, and this is the second point. So I'm going to plot it here. If x is 2, y equals 24, somewhere here. I think it appears now, the straight line. So
Yes.
I just can connect between these lines with a ruler for sure to find the straight line. This line called y equals 12x. It's the same name, yes?
That's like the x is 3 and y is the x is 6.
Exactly, it's the same. So 3 and 36 somewhere here. Yes? Okay. One more example is here. Okay, he says a grocery store is having a sale on orange. The cost y in dollars of the orange and the number of oranges x are in a proportional linear relationship, so it's line. This situation can be represented by y equals 1/3 of x. He says graph it, then find and interpret the slope. Let me graph it first. I do have y equal 1/3 x. Don't forget this, please. Okay? So y equal 1/3 of x. Y is 1/3 of x. And I can make a table that helps me to better organize my work. I will say x and corresponding y. Yes? So let's give some values for x. What if x is 0? Then what's the value of y?
0.
It's also 0, because 1/3 times 0 is 0, yes? Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, because you are smart, please choose proper numbers of x to reduce your math work. It will be 1/3 of 2, that 2/3.
3.
So yeah, it's much better to choose 3 than 1/3 of 3
One.
is 1. And this is a point. 3, 1, it's xy.
6-2.
6, 2,
9,
9, 3. Okay, you can actually use the negative values also, not only positive values. Let's use -3, so it's -1.
No.
Yes?
Yep.
However, I cannot buy a negative orange or a -3 orange to
Yes.
pay negative orange. So negative here is not the best representation. So I will use 9, 3. Yep. Make sense?
Yes.
Now, what I need to do is to just plot these values on the grid. Remember that we had 0, 0. This point 0, 0. 3, 1. 3 located here and 1 is here. Make sense? Okay, 6, 2. We have it above here. 9, 3. 9. And above 2. 3. Where is the 3? Where is the 3? It's between 2 and 4. So 9 and 3. Yes? So I think this is the line. But now, just connect these points and straight the line away. Yeah? So what's the slope? He says interpret the slope. How can I find the slope? Yes, sir? Rise over run. Change on y, change in y over change in x. This is the one. Change in y over change in x. So the slope here is change in y's over change in x's. Just highlight 2 points
3 over
of
1.
your choice. 3, 1. So this point and any other point.
9, 3.
This point. So what I'm going to do is to subtract the y's and divide this subtraction by the x, the difference between x's. So it's 3 minus 1 over 9 minus 3. Do you agree?
Yes.
So let's write it here. This is 3 minus 1 over 9 minus 3. And then simplify. That's 2 over
6.
6. Simplify. It's 1/3. Have you realized that the slope is the k, the constant rate of change? Or the proportional relationship? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's proportional relationship. 1/3 is exactly the same as 2 over 6. If I divide both by 2, I get 1/3.
So if we take any 2 points and
Yes.
this,
If you simplify it will give you the exact slope. Thank you very much.